This is Marshall Jones standing next to his mother, Alicia, right here. But look closer at the trunk. Inside lies the dismembered body of Marshall's girlfriend, 24 years old Alexis Gabe. He has just cut her to pieces, and his next move is to vanish into the remote Sierra foothills to dump the remains. Over the coming weeks, a trail of tiny, careless errors in Marshall's cover-up will trigger a massive joint investigation by local police and the FBI. You are about to watch investigators unknowingly walk right past the active crime scene, entirely oblivious to the fact that they are tracking a monster hiding in plain sight. This is a footage from January 26, 2022. This is Alexis at a gas station. She looks calm, normal, just another person checking their phone before a drive. But we know where this footage leads. She's heading to Marshall's house, and she's going there to end a 2-year relationship. That was her intention that night. Watch her hand go to her phone again. Based on the cell records we recovered later, Marshall had been all over her that day. Texts, calls, the whole thing. Non-stop. That's the pattern right there. When someone's obsessed with another person, they can't stop reaching out. They can't leave them alone. At 6:37 p.m., we have a text from Alexis to Marshall. I can only come by for a bit. That's someone setting a boundary. By 7:13 p.m., she arrives at his house. And this is where the timeline becomes critical. Because whatever happens inside that house over the next couple hours, that's the moment everything changed. Her phone shows activity until 9:30 p.m. 2 hours pass. Then Alexis's car is seen leaving Marshall's house. But something isn't right. The vehicle takes an unusual route, one Alexis never uses to get home. And just 12 minutes later, roughly 6 miles away, it pulls into a quiet residential neighborhood. A masked figure steps out of the car, noticeably larger than Alexis. Moments later, her phone pings. Did you make it home? And as the figure disappears into the distance, Alexis is never seen or heard from again. On the line is Alexis Gabe's family member. Her tone is urgent as she insists on filing a missing persons report immediately.
Permit.
File a missing persons report.
Is this a family member or friend?
Family member. Sister.
And how long ago did you last talk to her?
No one's heard from her since she went to see her ex-boyfriend last night at 8:30.
And she's not answering her phone or anything?
No, it's going straight to voicemail.
On the line is Alexis Gabe's sister. Her tone is urgent as she insists on filing a missing persons report immediately.
To better understand the situation, dispatch sends Officer Rod County to the family's home.
She sleeps? Is that okay? Yeah. Or she got a room?
We have a mess because we're both COVID positive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Does she have COVID too?
Yeah.
Alexis did?
We don't know. We were waiting for her
okay.
PCR test.
Alright. Does she ever make any sort of statements?
No.
Okay. She ever talk about, going somewhere else, living somewhere else, running away?
She always come home. She always come home late, but she is coming home. Every time if I text her, multiple texts, she will reply. She's not gonna, and then she never turn off her cell phone. Never.
Okay.
And the whole day yesterday, she never talked to anyone. That's not her.
Okay.
If they're not gonna talk to me, she's talking to her friends all the time.
Do you know who she hangs out with?
E. Morgan and Ria. They are with us. Ria, the friend, she said she Skype, video Skype with Alexis around 6:40.
Okay.
In the park station, in the parking lot, in her car, they video chat around 6:40.
Okay.
And then she's saying that she's going to my older son, to pick up her package. And then when I asked my son, I said, did you...
Where does he live?
In Brentwood.
Okay.
And I said, did you meet your sister? He said, no, because I told her I already left at the post office.
Do you guys know who's her boyfriend?
Well, the one that we know is Marshall.
Marshall
Jones, yeah.
Okay.
And then we just found out yesterday that they split last month.
Okay.
The friend said November. But the other boyfriend said it's December.
Needless to say, the officer knows exactly who they need to speak with next. According to Alexis's mother, Marshall Jones is the boyfriend she went to see last. But even more troubling is her claim that he had threatened to harm himself or Alexis if they ever broke up. That afternoon, the officers arrived at Marshall's house to get more information on Alexis since she was last with him. But notice something: he's cooperative. Overly cooperative, actually. He's offering up information, showing us text messages, playing the role of concerned boyfriend. If you didn't know the full story, you might think he's just a guy trying to help find his missing girlfriend.
I talked to her throughout the day yesterday. I want to say 6:38 is when she told me that she was outside.
Here?
Yeah. I let her in. We hung out for a couple of hours. She left around 9. And then I remember her telling me that she had to go meet with her brother, which is another reason why she had to leave early.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. I honestly thought she went to go smoke with her friend Rhea when she left here.
Maria. Oh, Maria.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought she went to go smoke with her because usually she won't tell me, what she's doing until she's already doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought she went there, but then when I kept on calling by like 11 and I wasn't getting anything.
Okay. You guys you dating?
Yeah.
How long y'all been together?
Like 3 going on 4 years.
Okay. Or did she seem out of sorts when she came over yesterday? Was she her normal self? Whatever that may be?
Yeah. I mean, she came in, we hugged, we kissed, she watched me, do my little heist on GTA, playing my game and whatnot. I mean, we watched Family Guy, and it was fine.
No, and you'd have no idea where she may be.
I have no idea where she could be. I was texting her mom, trying to figure out if she got in contact with him.
Yeah, because no one's seemed to be able to get a hold of her or know where she's at.
I showed you my call log, text message.
You ain't got her strapped down in the house like a slave or nothing?
No, I don't. No, I know you have to ask because it's a serious situation.
Yeah, exactly.
And I appreciate you trying to make light of it, but no, I do not.
Thank you for your time, Marshall. If you do hear from her, bro,
I will not hesitate.
Drop us a line.
The interview seems futile to the officers as they make their way to go. A call came in from the family to the cops, and it reveals her car is discovered about 5 minutes from her house. And it's abandoned in a very specific way. Unlocked, keys left on the dashboard, personal items missing. Her family tells us this doesn't make sense. Alexis was careful about her belongings, but whoever abandoned that car was in a hurry. They wanted it to look careless. Keys in the ignition makes it look like she just jumped out and ran. After removing and analyzing the car's infotainment unit, investigators are able to track Alexis's precise movements before her disappearance. And just 12 minutes before the car was abandoned, it had been at Marshall's house, not her friend Maria's, as he had previously implied. These findings, along with the alleged death threat, prompt investigators to move Marshall from a person of interest to the primary suspect in Alexis's disappearance. The following day, 2 detectives arrive at Marshall's house, suspecting he is the last person to see her alive and may have been withholding vital information. However, they're also here for something else, something that will catch him completely off guard. He was taken off guard when the cops asked to see the inside of his stepfather's house. Clearly uncomfortable with the request, Marshall agrees to call his stepfather, the homeowner of the house. And as they wait for his approval, detectives would slowly begin to suspect there's something inside the house neither Marshall nor his stepfather wants them to find. Not the house.
As the officer moves through the house, Marshall's room quickly stands out, left in complete disarray. And as he inspects the room further, little does he know, this very place holds subtle clues and will soon become a crime scene.
Interestingly, detectives not only gain access to Marshall's phone, but also learned that his stepfather was allegedly at the house at the same time Alexis was there. So, they make a note to speak with the homeowner as soon as possible to see if his account aligns with Marshall's. Shortly afterwards, Marshall gets into his stepfather's car and follows the officers to the station. As he drives, officers ahead notice something strange. He appears anxious, swerving slightly with something large in the back of his car obstructing his view. Later at the station, officers ask Marshall if they can search his stepfather's car. Watch what happens.
As I told the other officer, I thought once she left my house, she was going to hang out with Rhea. Wait, do you actually have to search it, or can you just look around? Because this is my dad's car, and
No,
I don't.
Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of just want to lift the gate so I can see inside, you know? If that's cool.
Again, it's not my car, it's my dad's, and you have my phone, so I can open the.
It's up to you.
I can.
No, you're the one that said go check it out, so that's why we're out here.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I thought you were just gonna look around it. I didn't think you were gonna.
No,
I'll
I
open
mean,
the gate for you though, so that way you can look inside.
That'd be great.
We went to the drive-in, so tried to get Rumi some water. I mean, you can look in the bag. That's our Philly cheesesteak.
Any of this hers?
No.
Because we would like to collect a DNA sample from her, right? So we have a reference on file. So was she back here?
Yeah. Like, I don't.
So is any of this like?
None of this is her.
He gets nervous. He starts asking questions. He's trying to put limits on what investigators can see. And then he says something revealing. I don't want you to think I have a dead body or anything here.
Yeah.
We're not. You don't want us to look under the blankets or what?
Huh? She would like to look under the blankets. I don't want you to think I have a dead body or anything.
No, I was just because you were being all.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is your stepdad or your real dad?
My stepdad.
Gotcha. All right. Cool.
What's happening is his psychological defenses are starting to crack. His phone is now in our custody. He can't hide behind his story anymore. The reality of his situation is hitting him. He's panicking. But even in the middle of panicking, even when he's losing control, he's still trying to be the one making decisions. And as they let him go, detectives believe the contents of Marshall's phone may finally reveal what he's been hiding, unaware that this entire investigation is about to start going downhill. The next day, as investigators prepare to review the data from Marshall's phone, they notice the download process has failed, leaving them with nothing. Realizing Marshall's willingness to cooperate may already be reaching its limits, detectives decide not to push any further for now and instead turn their attention elsewhere. There's still one person they haven't spoken to yet. Marshall's stepfather, the homeowner who was allegedly inside the house the same night Alexis disappeared. If something happened to her that night, he may have witnessed it. With that in mind, they drive back to the house to speak with him, where they'll begin to suspect that not everyone wants them to discover the truth behind Alexis's disappearance. We interview Leslie Clark, Marshall's stepfather. We ask him directly, "Did you see Alexis at the house that night?" He says no, doesn't remember her being there, doesn't recall her car. But Marshall told us his stepfather was home that evening. So now we have a contradiction. Either Marshall's lying about when she left, or Leslie's lying about what he saw that night.
You see Alexis here on the 26th?
Be honest with you, I come, if she's here, she's here, she's not, if she's not, when I see her, I don't.
You don't recall seeing her car here?
No, I do not. Okay. No, I didn't see her there that night. No Wednesday.
Okay.
Just when she generally just parks at.
How's Marshall holding up with all this?
He's upset.
No, for sure.
I mean, just now finding out that his girlfriend's coming up missing. I mean, I found out yesterday with the note coming in, a flyer.
Oh yeah.
Flyer and stuff. Saying that she's missing. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Actually, he said he was talking to some inspectors yesterday.
Yeah, our detectives stopped by because they were looking at the video cameras in the neighborhood.
Right, like right there.
Yeah.
For example.
It just sucks. Theirs doesn't really. It's weird how it picks up things. So.
A couple of my neighbors and stuff got cameras down the street. I mean, you should ask them.
For sure.
No camera surveillance on your house or inside your house?
Unfortunately, I never got around to it. I wish I did. I just now started putting cameras around here because now I'm kind of like spooked.
Yeah.
I don't know Alexis' parents. When they come over, I mean, they pretty much on their own, dude.
What we're seeing here is classic family protection behavior. They're not fully cooperating. They're contradicting each other. They're either directly protecting Marshall or they suspect something and are choosing not to pursue it. Either way, the inconsistencies tell us something about what that family might know. With this information, police now know where to look for Marshall next, his mother's house. What catches the officers off guard, however, is Leslie's refusal to confirm being with Marshall and Alexis the night she disappeared, directly contradicting what Marshall had previously told investigators. Now faced with more questions than answers, officers leave to figure out their next move. From this point forward, the investigation into Alexis's disappearance quietly begins to shift in a much darker direction. During the next several days, police visit Marshall's mother, Alicia Clark, looking for her son. But suspiciously, she claims she hasn't seen him since the night his girlfriend, Alexis, vanished. But their biggest piece of evidence is still to come. Just as the investigation seems to stall, CCTV footage is recovered from the route Alexis's car took the night she vanished. For roughly 12 minutes, the car is seen speeding from Marshall's home to the residential area, where it's eventually abandoned. A masked figure is seen stepping out of the car, noticeably larger than Alexis, with a more masculine build. As detectives begin tracking the figure's movements through nearby cameras, they watch it move calmly for over a mile until it arrives somewhere completely unexpected, Marshall's mother's house. This development makes investigators certain that the masked figure was none other than their prime suspect, Marshall. And with that, an emergency search warrant for his home is secured immediately. On February 1st, more than a dozen officers arrive at the house, convinced there is far more inside than Marshall originally let them see. When officers arrive with a search warrant and enter the house, the smell of bleach is overwhelming. They move through systematically. They find spots that might be blood, the missing shower curtains. In the laundry room, in the attic, there's an odor. Something doesn't belong.
There we go. Is there a ladder out there, Steady? It looks undisturbed. Are we agreeing?
It's been opened before. I don't know.
Yeah. This points straight out to the garage.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is like,
That's the cold
we gotta
coverage
check
room.
the fucking crawl space. Any signs of blood, anything like that? Oh, Jesus.
I mean, there's pathways where they walked for electrical, but I don't see.
No footprints, no drag marks.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you can see where they're walking,
Okay.
doing something, but I don't.
They said they could smell something right where, kind of where you're at, Logan.
Like there's a vent, it's coming from the vent kind of.
Yeah, once we hit this area and started walking to the garage is where I smelt it.
Does that look like blood and hair?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Black hair.
Look it.
Possibly. It also could be mold to the front loader.
Okay.
Black stuff?
Yeah, isn't it?
Look at the other fly. That paint?
Could be blood, could
Looks
be
like
mold.
brown paint, but that could also be.
Did he get all these cards? Or did neighbors give him these people's cards?
I don't know. Yeah, it's probably because you got a f***ing attorney.
No, look, look, look.
What?
Staying with attorney.
He's making notes of significant dates and times.
And he's got all the guys that went around the neighborhood's cards.
We bring in a cadaver dog, a K9 unit specially trained to detect decomposing remains. The dog alerts to the attic. It alerts to Marshall's room. It's clawing at walls, responding to scents. But we don't find a body in the house because Marshall didn't keep her there. Over the next several weeks, officers are seemingly no closer to finding Marshall. Neither his mother nor his stepfather appears willing to cooperate any further. But every time the investigation seems like it's losing momentum, Alexis Gabe's family keeps pushing forward, pressuring police to find their daughter and bring her justice. That pressure soon begins to pay off when investigators finally obtain a real-time location warrant for Marshall's phone and discover he's moved to Vacaville, California, roughly an hour and a half from his home. After a quick check, they find out exactly where that location leads: his sister's house. So, officers quickly head to her address, hoping to find Marshall there. Ariana, Marshall's sister, gives us a statement that's crucial to understanding what was going through his mind.
I'm the older sister, and between my brother and my mom, they have always been shits to me out my entire life. This is the reason why I live.
One day after Alexis disappears, Marshall asks Ariana to buy him a black light.
He called me and asked me if I knew where to purchase a black light. I told him no.
He tells her it's for a Vegas trip. He says he wants to check for bed bugs in hotel rooms. But we know what a black light actually does. It reveals biological material, blood, bodily fluids, all the evidence that bleach can't completely erase. When Ariana talks about seeing Marshall around this time, she describes him as off, not himself, acting strange. And when she confronted him about the black light, when she pushed back on his story, he didn't defend himself. He just left. Ariana sees one of the missing person flyers. She puts the pieces together, and she confronts Marshall directly. Instead of confessing, instead of showing any remorse or desire to help, here's what he tells her. He won't go to prison. He says he'd rather shoot himself than be arrested, that he'd force police to kill him before he'd turn himself in. Up to this point, Alicia has been telling police she doesn't know where Marshall is. Now, detectives begin to suspect she's lying and may even be actively hiding from police. Over the next few hours, police secure an emergency search warrant for Alicia's house. Officers rush to the location, knowing full well Marshall could disappear again at any moment. But little do they know, the lead they're following is actually a setup. After escorting Alicia and her daughter outside, officers move in to search the house, but they find no one else inside. They do, however, spot a working camera outside the home, one they immediately begin trying to obtain a warrant for. Despite Marshall's absence, the forensics team insists that his phone is still actively pinging inside the house. By now, investigators know something isn't adding up, so they prepare to question Alicia, starting with the very reason they're here in the first place. We interview Marshall's mother, Alicia. We ask her directly where Marshall is.
Best place. Nice backyard.
Talk to me. What's going on?
So we're obviously here for a reason, and there's a couple of reasons. We're here for Marshall's phone. So we know it's here, but we don't want to tear your house apart too much. So if you could direct us to it, so we don't have to like mess anything up. Like where is the phone?
It's upstairs in my closet in the green Hawaiian shirt, if you guys need it. Now I have a question. What do you guys need it for? You guys cloned it.
So the cell phone thing, they went and did the download, but some of the files got screwed up, so we don't have everything. So we need that, and plus we know that he's had the phone after that. So that's the evidence that we're looking for.
She tells us she doesn't know. She claims Marshall told her explicitly, "Don't tell me where you are, I don't want to know." And she's sticking to that story. She starts telling us Marshall's a good person. She brings up Valentine's Day, how he made Alexis an edible arrangement.
I know that the two of them had a solid relationship. I mean, for Valentine's Day, he wanted to get her an edible arrangement, but couldn't afford it. And so he went and got the chocolate, all of the stuff, and me, him, and his older sister were at my old house just a couple of years ago, and we built her an edible arrangement.
I like that.
I mean, that's the kind of guy he is.
She's trying to humanize him to us, trying to make us see him as incapable of this. What she doesn't understand is that she's become complicit. By helping him hide, by refusing to fully cooperate, she's part of the cover-up. Maybe she doesn't fully admit that to herself, but that's what's happening. With no body, No confession and no idea where Marshall may have gone, Alexis's case slowly starts going cold. Months go by with no new leads on Marshall's whereabouts. But then investigators finally secure a warrant and obtain the CCTV footage from his mother's house. And as detectives start analyzing the footage, they begin to understand how Marshall managed to stay one step ahead of investigators for so long. Inside these large plastic bags, investigators believe are Alexis's remains and suspect Marshall's mother was aware of it. Following these developments, investigators reach out to Marshall's sister and learn he has a friend at an apartment complex in Kent and may be hiding there. Using travel records, CCTV footage, and anonymous tips, they zero in on a specific location, the Skyview 3322 apartments. June 1st, 2022, over 4 months after Alexis disappeared. Officers locate Marshall in an apartment complex in Kent, Washington. They announce themselves. They order him to come out with his hands up.
Police, door! Marshall Jones, open the door!
I've got that window.
Open the door! Door slowly. Open the door, do it now. Open the door, do it now.
You gone?
Jones, you're under arrest. Open the door, do it now.
He emerges with a kitchen knife in his hand. He charges at the officers. Detective Horn tries to save him, performs CPR, tries to get him to give up Alexis's location, but Marshall dies without saying a word. He takes the location of her remains to his grave. Because even in his last moments, even facing death, he couldn't let go of control, couldn't admit it, couldn't give the family closure. He just died angry. On November 3rd, while metal detecting near Jackson Road in Plymouth, a local resident discovers what he believes to be human remains and immediately calls 911. When officers arrive, they're left speechless. Scattered across the mountains are the remains of a young woman. A forensic odontologist is brought in and, using dental records, confirms the remains are those of Alexis Gabe. Dental records match. It's Alexis. She'd been dismembered and left in the wilderness to decompose. In the aftermath, her family expresses a mix of devastation and relief. They continue pushing for charges against Marshall's mother and hold memorials in Alexis's honor. To this day, Alexis' family continues demanding justice and launching a petition criticizing the Contra Costa County District Attorney's Office for its handling of the case and calling for stronger accountability for victims' families.